Hi, everybody. How are you? Good evening. Happy Thursday. I am just so grateful for another day. Um, God has been so great in my life. I've had my share of ups and downs, like all of us. I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Connie. I am so sorry for not saying that in the beginning. I just make the assumption that you all know who I am. My name is Connie, and I am the owner of Cocktails with Chocolate, which is a non-alcoholic beverage company. If you are viewing this channel right now, sometimes I'll bring forth cocktails or videos of my cocktails, and a lot of times that'll be more so about encouraging. Um, that is what God has given me the gift of. So I hope that you're blessed by this. So I wanted to come on and talk about how grateful I am. Life has been, again, it's had its ups and downs, its obstacles. But for the most part, I wouldn't change anything, nothing. And I'm so honestly speaking. Um, I wanted to give a testimony. Um, I got shot at 19 years old. I'm 42. And, I was just living a life that was not the best. I was partying like crazy. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, but partying was my drug, literally. Um, my mom would be looking for me, and I would be at Town at a party. And I think a lot of people party today. They can relate. It's like it's a drug. It fuels them, and but it also stems from a lack thereof. You're needing something else, and that's what you're filling it with. Well, at least it was in my case. And I'd gone to this party, and normally my mom gave me like a strict curfew, and this particular night she didn't. I'd gone to the party, didn't really want to go to the party to be honest, but it was a childhood friend of mine, and I wanted to support her. Well, lo and behold, I was shot twice, and I'm alive today to tell the story, but I was not supposed to be alive. I got shot twice, once in my leg and once in my thigh, and I'll give you a little rundown of how everything happened. I was there at the party for maybe like 30 minutes, maybe. And the fight broke out, and all of a sudden, I knew that I had to get out of there. A friend of mine had gotten shot, I want to say a week or two prior, and she's paralyzed to this day, but a beautiful young lady. Hi, KK. Um, so I once this fighting broke out, my friend and I was with a young lady. We managed to get out. My biggest fear was falling down the spiral staircase, and I managed to get down the stairs. And as soon as I got outside, there was like shots everywhere. Again, thinking of my friend KK, I knew that I had to think quickly. So what I did was there was a car parked in front of the venue, and I dove underneath the car. And when I tell you that all the bullets was hitting this particular car like crazy, I literally spoke the words that I'm dead. And I remember my body being, my head was at the head of the car, and my foot was at the end of the car. And at this point, I had already been shot. I didn't even know it. I had gotten shot in my thigh at this point. So then, as I said, the bullets were just hitting this car like crazy. I literally said, I'm going to die. And, I tell you, God is awesome. So I'm telling you, I felt the muffler on my back. Somehow, some way, God's angels were there. And literally, my body was flipped. So now my head is at the rear of the car and my feet are at the front of the car. And no sooner than my body was flipped, the bullet hit me in my leg. So, which means that I would have been dead. That bullet would have hit me in my head. I I told myself that I didn't get shot. And you can make yourself believe whatever you want to make yourself believe in instances like that. They stopped shooting for a moment, so it felt like, forever. But my friend and I managed to vacate the area. She was under a different car, and we could see each other, but, obviously we couldn't get to each other. So once they stopped shooting, we managed to just flee. We were running and running and running. Again, I told myself that I didn't get shot, and thank God I was just believing it. Um, as I started running, people were just hanging out on the streets, and I remember someone saying, "Oh my gosh, she got shot." And once the reality seeps in, that's when everything just, it's over. So I started panicking. I just couldn't run anymore. My friends started panicking. I remember we tried to stop cars that were passing on the street. And I remember this white car. I'm 42 years old, and I remember this story like yesterday. And I remember the driver pulling over, and my friend saying to him, "You've got to help us. She's been shot." And the driver rolled down his window. He looked me up and down, and he rolled his window up, and he kept going. Now, at the time of 19 years old, you don't understand that. You really are like, "Oh my gosh, why would he do that? Why is he so insensitive?" And it was a male at the time. And looking back, of course, I understand he doesn't know the situation. He doesn't know who I'm affiliated with, so he has to think about his own life. But God was still in the midst. So he takes off, and we see nobody on the streets at this time. I mean, like, I'm panicking, she's crying, it's just a mess. Well, this guy appears out of nowhere. I mean, like, nowhere. So he grabs me, and he's running with me in the street, and then an ambulance appears. I'm telling you, there was no traffic on the street. This is why I know that God is awesome. And I also know that my life is I'm here for a reason. So long story short, this gentleman, he's running with me in the street. He makes the paramedic stop. We get in the ambulance, and I'm here today to tell the story. Unfortunately, I never was able to get this gentleman's name. I had no contact with him. I'm sure he was just one of God's angels. And that is why I'm so grateful. I mean, again, like I said, I've had obstacles in my life. That's probably been the biggest one. But to know that my life has been spared, to know that I live to tell a story, and such a great story. I do everything in my power to give God praise, to give him recognition, and above all, to give him thanks. Because there is nothing in this life that is too great for him. There's nothing in this life that can overpower him. And if he brought me through that, honey, I know that he has a greater purpose for me. So me having this YouTube channel, it allows me an opportunity to share with you about the goodness of God, about just to encourage you and share my life. I want you to know the trials and tribulations that I've overcome, and I hope that you will share the same with yourselves. I hope that you'll be inspired to have a better relationship with God, have a better understanding, and know that nothing is impossible. Everything happens for a reason. Things don't happen to destroy you. They don't happen to weaken you. They happen to empower you. They happen to strengthen you. Because God knows how strong you are. He knows your capabilities better than you. You just have to believe them. So I don't want to keep this video much longer. I just came to sign on and say I'm grateful. I hope that you are too. I hope that my testimony has inspired someone, has pushed someone to a new level in their life of gratitude. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment, share. I pray that this message again has blessed you. God bless you. God is good. I'm grateful. I'm alive. And that is it. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye.